coming to session 6. In session 6, we will be discussing about why are the surveys becoming important or why are surveys important. Survey means to examine and record the area and features. What is a survey? A survey means to examine and record the area and features. The practice of surveying also became common under the colonial period. So the culture and the practice of doing surveys has become common during the British colonial administration. By the early 19th century, detailed surveys were being carried out to map the entire country. Now here when they asked about the map, it is not about the physical map or the political map. This is about the details of the country, the hierarchy of the country, the topography of the country, the villages, the revenue, all these surveys were conducted. This effort was to know the topography, the soil quality, the flora, the fauna, the local histories and the cropping patterns across the country and all the facts seen as necessary to know about to administer the region. The effort was to identify what type of soil is found here. Is the soil good? Is the soil not up to the mark? Is the soil good for 3 crop seasons or only 1 crop season? What are the famous plants that are grown here? What are the famous animals that are found here? What is the local history of this? For what is this region famous for? What the cropping pattern goes like? All these facts are considered important by the Britishers to understand the region and to administer it. From the end of the 19th century, census operations were held for every 10 years. So even now also we have the census operations held for every 10 years. These prepared detailed records of the number of people in all the provinces of India is nothing but noting the information on caste, religion and occupation. So in this part we discussed about the survey, what is the meaning of survey, why are the surveys important according to the Britishers, because they want to know all the key points and important information about the region which is very very important and needed to administer any region. Why are the surveys have become so important? There were many other surveys like botanical survey, zoological survey, archaeological survey, anthropological survey, forest surveys. So there are so many types of surveys which are conducted by the Britishers. Majorly are botanical survey, zoological survey, archaeological survey, anthropological survey and forest survey. There is a picture for us shown a custard apple plant of 1770s botanical garden and natural history museums established by the British collected plant specimens and information about their uses. So you can see the picture how detailedly and meticulously the Britishers have noted down the information about India. The local artists were asked to draw the pictures of these specimens. I also got this doubt when I am explaining this point. How did the Britishers take the pictures? Because by that time, as of my knowledge goes, there were no cameras. But these people have used the local artists to draw the pictures of these specimens. The historians are now looking at the way such information was gathered and what this information reveals about the nature of the colonialism. Now history gives us different insight with the information what we get. So here now the historians are looking at what was the nature of the Britishers when they were trying to collect all these minute details of the land, region, soil, flora and fauna. Let us see what they are going to learn collecting and what did they do. What official records do not tell us. Till now we discussed what the official records tell us. what the official records do not tell us. The vast corpus of records, we can get to know a lot, but we must remember that these are official records. Yes, these are official records. They tell us what the officials thought. Yes, what is official, what is appropriate, what is suitable, what is favorable to them, only that will be written and that only will be projected. Figure 6 is showing us the mapping and survey operations in progress in Bengal, a drawing by James Prinsep in 1832. How all the instruments that were used in surveys are placed in the foreground to emphasize the scientific nature of the project, what they were interested in, what they wish to preserve for posterity. Let's check what they want, what they were interested in and what they wish to preserve for posterity. These records do not always help us to understand what other people in the country felt. Of course, we never know anything other than the officials' feelings, officials' expressions, officials' opinions, what they lay behind their actions. When we begin to research or search for these other sources, we find them in plenty, though they were more difficult to get than official records, because official records we all can get at the National Archives Museum even today, but the unofficial records very difficult. But what are those unofficial records are we talking about? We are talking about people having diaries of their own, people, accounts of pilgrims and travelers, autobiographies of important personalities and popular booklets that were sold in the local bazaars. As printing spread, the newspapers were published and issues were debated in public. So the newspapers and the printing technology brought a lot of information into the public domain. Leaders and the reformers wrote to spread their ideas. Poets and novelists wrote to express their feelings. And all these sources, however, were produced by those who were literate. We will not be able to understand how history was experienced and lived by the tribals and peasants, the workers in the mines or the poor on the streets, because we don't have any official records of such those things. So in this part of the session, we learned what are the surveys, why are they important, how did the Britishers survey, what all details they collected, who started the census system, for how many years they started to do this one, what are the different types of surveys that are conducted. They have shown us a picture. How did they use the picture? By making the local artists to draw them and keep the specimen copy pictures. And how did the mapping happen? How did the survey happen? And how these records are preserved and kept, and why it is difficult to find the feelings of the common man, the life of the worker, the life of a tribal, the life of a peasant, the life of a normal human being, apart from the official records telling us. Through the personal biographies, accounts of the pilgrims, travelers, autobiographies, important personalities, popular booklets play an important role which was sold in the local bazaars. So that's all we have in this session and in this chapter. We wholeheartedly thank you all for joining us in this session and sparing your valuable time. Thank you. Stay tuned. Stay safe. Please do consider to subscribe. Thank you.